Yeah.
Keep it complicated better than me, where that ditch is at.
What ditch are you referring to?
Yeah.
On 4th Street by Maria Schroer's house.
Yeah,
There-
behind
there's-
Connie's and.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
the mud's washing over the road.
This goes down 4th Street. It goes all the way back
Yeah,
to
I
the
was
front.
over there and looked at it, she's not in.
This, what we're talking about, goes all the way up to the,
Yeah.
it's gonna have to be done from way up, all the way down. It's gonna take some time.
Did you look behind Connie? Did you see where that's falling off there?
That's
Pretty
not-
soon a traffic people.
That was not over.
I know who that belongs to, you don't even gotta tell me.
So that road is getting damaged too.
Yeah, that's what he said, through the ditch.
That's what we were discussing, how it can be
Done.
done,
Mhm.
but it's gonna have to be a continuous cleaning out. Since it's all coming down the road. Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to stop going on their property. None of us would like that. It was washing our yard out. I don't think it's good.
No, they're losing their hillside, and it's up to them to do something with it, we cannot do that.
Is that the commission?
So,
Is that the commission? Is that the personal property or is that the
Yeah,
commission?
personal property. They have to take care of it, we can't go in and do that, and we don't have money to do that. That's their fault. Heck of a lot. So, we can keep the ditch clean, is all we need,
Mhm.
once we get them there.
Now are they going around cleaning ditches? Is that one of the things that they've been doing?
They did this one, well, now they're getting the mower season. They're gonna work on this when they get time. Main project up here,
Yeah.
on, you know, when they're not mowing, get this ditch out of the front of that. They're gonna mow it.
Is Carl gonna be late or not?
Yeah, he didn't say he was gonna be late.
I don't know.
I
was
Oh,
mowing.
I'm gonna call him and see if he's gonna be here for, I mean, it's just a work session, which is pretty important.
Right, we can go without him, I mean, it ain't no big deal. I don't know what anybody wants to talk about.
Well, it looks like I've been talking about it, so.
And this ordinance here, we already talked about it, it's just that
We had
you
that.
added the,
He works with it.
right.
Yeah.
The ordinance had to be rewrote.
Yes.
In order, I see they put here, water customer will receive a copy of the test results from the company who gives the testing, which I appreciate, I asked that.
Yeah.
That because I think it's in here now. But I do have a question, you know, it's because when I wanted to have a water meter tested on my rental property when my renters first moved in, because they're having atrocious water bills. My first experience with water bills. And Mr. Mulvey told me it was $350 to have it tested. And of course, that prohibited me getting that tested, and he said to deal with it. So I'm just wondering, how many of these do we really do that we would have to really raise it that much for these people? How many of these tests, or how many meters have you tested in the last year or two?
Do they charge? They charge us $75.
Yes, that's what they charge us.
We make no profit on it.
Nothing we make
So,
on it.
I mean, I don't know why it costs that much, that's what they charge us. We don't have the equipment to do it,
Okay.
and it'd be very expensive to get that equipment. I know that.
Okay. To test and stuff. Okay. I don't recall it being brought up last week, or last month, I'm sorry, but they were charging us 75.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It was.
yeah, yeah.
Everything,
That's why we need to raise it so that it's not coming out of the city
Right,
funds.
right. Because how much was it before? It was
It
almost
was,
finished.
it was 50, and it didn't specify what size meters, which we have two sizes.
right.
So now it's 75 for the
Housework, housework.
three quarter, right. And
And
the
then it says
commercial,
here, amount of current market rates.
because with
Yeah.
the
They
commercial
don't have-
meters, they can't set a price, it changes.
Okay, okay.
We'll just charge whatever.
They charge.
us, Right.
And that's
And
it.
then we're not charged for the time to go up there and.
We don't charge
You're
for
just
that.
charging this,
Just for the
Whatever
meter
whatever
testing.
they charge is what the city's charging the,
Customer.
Yeah, okay, okay, not anything extra, okay.
She showed up, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna take it off.
That's impossible. That's impossible.
Corey, huh?
Mr. West.
Yes.
Let's see if I can find them off of here. There were a couple of checks made, and I was just wondering why the city, or, you know, what it was for. For Country Mart, there was a check in April for $67.50.
That, Country Mart, that's the bleach for our water system.
That's the what?
Bleach.
Oh, the bleach for water system.
Right.
Okay, that's why it's coming out of there. Okay. So we're not using, we're using regular household bleach to chlorine
Yeah.
our system?
Mhm.
Yep.
That's, it's just as good as the other.
and it's
It's
cheaper.
a lot cheaper. The other stuff is like 12%. We don't do that strong with what we're doing. This is the big boy,
And the Remax Best Choice.
That was for a water meter deposit return.
It's not Remax, it has something to do with the realtor or something.
Well, the realtor, I guess, was handling the property, or they had the deposit
okay.
down on the water meter, so then they pay the bill, you know, we split between how much, they get back versus for them.
That's helpful to know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And the Beelman, that's the payment that we make for people in the office, like.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask a dumb question. What is this family support payment center?
Oh, that's, one of the city workers has, a child support payment.
Took out of their
Take out of
check.
it, correct.
Never mind.
Correct.
I shouldn't do that. They'll get it one way or another.
Well, I had the same question first when I saw it.
I was curious. I'm gonna ask you a question, Ed. We got any extra gravel sitting around here any left by, did you find it?
No,
No?
yeah,
Okay.
probably don't do that.
Okay.
We don't do that.
I thought maybe the little lady had some other thing.
They don't drive it.
I go get it, if you did.
I'm gonna buy some for myself.
Oh, I do, but it's in pharmacy. I find my own gravel in the bushes down off in that ditch.
Yeah, just go,
Yeah.
it seems like when soon you get it up.
The highway department told me I couldn't get that gravel out of that ditch. I said, just wait you leave and I'll get it.
On the highway, they told you that?
Yeah, you know how it washes down off my lot in that ditch. Or when we had in Harlem. All my gravel was down there.
Goes up there there.
Yeah,
This,
so I really actually done a favor when I took it down.
Well,
take
yeah.
the water out of it.
Well, yeah, because that would clean it out and make the water flow.
We have to buy gravel ever, I will buy compensate as much as I can, because it all washes down on that.
Mr. Woods, is it kind of a time issue here that we have the municipal court information here, and yet I mean, right here it says, no court fines and no court CBC on the report. This report, there's nothing on here, but, is it a time lapse thing that this was the court?
Yeah, it may be. We have court every other month.
And she may not have gotten a check when she put her information in for the revenue for the month.
taken in.
Okay. If you see the checks at the bottom, most of those get mailed out. To like the domestic violence, you know, or domestic violence, the state gets those out. And then the ones where it says city receipts, that's the ones that goes into the city.
Okay. And what is CDC? Someone,
I'd have to look it
Okay.
up, I just did, everything I got just says CBC.
okay, that's,
I think it's like victims, some kind of victims.
Victims, isn't it like domestic violence?
Well, yeah, there's a domestic violence one, but then I think CBC's along the similar lines, it's a fund that helps, you know.
I think there's a state one over here too, so there's a certain, it looks like the same amount goes to the state.
Oh, yeah, those are mandated, they set the rates for
In
those.
the city, yeah. Would any of you have any objection to setting up something up to review, a quarterly review on the budget? Since we are like, 4 months into the new budget. Maybe not this month, but next month.
I'm actually preparing, actually I just got it done for the paper, but I gotta do the detailed report for in here, the semi-financial or semi-annual financial report, which has like how many, you know, basically it's all the income and all the expense for each of the major, all of our accounts, and then general's got streets split out of it, so I'll have that done probably, well, actually I have to have it done by the end of the month, because there's a state statute, I can't write a check if I don't, so, yeah, it'll be done.
Because I was looking at the financial budget report for the end of February, and we're, you know, the budget is going from, is it going from January, but it goes from October of the previous year, correct?
October
To
1st.
September 30th. And as I'm saying, it looks like in some of these, I mean, we're 4 months into it and 57% of the budget is used. That's
5
more than
months.
half. Pardon?
5 months.
5 months.
Correct.
But more than half in 5 months has gone out. I mean,
For some of them, yeah.
Mhm. And totally in general, it's 51% of our total general fund. 4 months or 5 months into it. Well, this is this might be 5 months, but this is February, isn't it? 4 months, isn't that correct?
This is through beginning February. So, you know, March 31st is the end of, that's when I got my, you know, semi-annual, so the end of February would be 5 months.
And I think, you know, as a board, we need to communicate with one another about making sure that everything is going smoothly so that we stay above water. No pun intended.
And on this monthly budget report on the cemetery account, look at the used percent and tell me what that means.
Cemetery, is like, anytime they mow the cemetery,
Right.
we have how many hours they listed,
Right.
so that stuff will come out.
But how can it be
So,
2,572% used?
Yeah, to them, but what's a, that's going on
I'm pretty
there.
sure it's a typo, but
I think it might be too.
That's a money market account, what does that mean?
It's just a
It's not
glorified
actually
saving
the
account.
expenses, that's not actually, a money market, that's not the expenses that you take out.
yes.
Well, I mean, it is an account where money can go in or out. I mean, it's not a CD where you get penalized for taking money out.
It looks like it's, from what I remember, it's what about accounting, that $543, when it's in the parentheses, that's, the loss is an expense. I mean, it's in the debt amount, correct?
Well, yeah, when the original budget was set up, it looked like they had a budget of $22 for the entire year for the cemetery fund, so that's probably why you got this.
Well, that whole thing can't even be right, because that cemetery fund has gotta be more than that, than the $22 down here.
Yeah, the account up on top is $4,100 in the general fund account.
Right, but, and see, I don't know, I didn't do last year's budget, but, from what it looks like, just $22 was allocated to the cemetery, which.
Looks like our street fund is getting healthy.
Huh?
It looks like.
I know, that can't be right, that there was only $22.
Is it possible that you could check with the treasurer and find out, what that means, cemetery money market account, and why it's $270,000?
Yeah, because that means that.
So we can understand
it's in the
that.
hole that much.
Oh, yeah.
That can't be right. Why would there only be $22 to start with? Because up here, well, up here, original budget is $4,000, so how can this be 4 and this only be, see what I'm saying? That can't be right. Right. So how can this money market account be?
And what does it mean when you have the NA? Is that not available or not applicable or what? I mean, I've seen that a lot on the reports.
It's not applicable, and I'll have the semi-financials, and I actually have all the CDs, how much they started out on October 1st, and how much interest each one's gained, and then what the current totals are. Everybody got those printouts with the things. So I have that information.
But I think that's kind of important, we need to know. Our
Well,
CDs are.
MRB doesn't send out statements, so every quarter I go and get, have them print out how much interest each one of them gained for that quarter, and then I put that, in the computer, so I show interest for each one of them. And yeah, that's gonna be part of the semi-annual financials. And then CDs was the first thing I got done, so. because we've got 4 reserve accounts, 2 for sewer, 2 for water, and within each one, one's for debt, you know, reserve, and the other one is for like short-term asset reserve. One of those every month. USDA makes us, so in case something good happens, we got money to pay for it, we go running back to them for another bond.
A lot of people don't understand what that has.
Oh, yeah, well, it's a good thing to have.
Something that I'd like to talk with you guys about, and this is probably an appropriate time to do it since it's not an agenda item, but talking to Mr. Woods and the fact that he has a difficult time getting these reports because, you know, the time frame when we have our meeting, when the statement's not in the bank. I'm thinking, could we maybe discuss changing the day, or not the day of the week necessarily, but the week, maybe bumping it down to the 3rd Thursday of the month. Maybe he'll have more time, and we'll have like, sometimes we can't get the treasurer's reports. I mean, it wasn't his idea, it was mine. So, but I talked to him about it, and he's telling me that, you know, that in trying to get these things to the treasurer in time, the bank, he's not balancing bank statements or anything, it's all done there. That it would be easier because then we could have everything up to date instead of being a month behind. Do you think that's something that?
But isn't it always gonna be a month behind, no matter if we do it a week later? I mean, will you be able to have it for that month?
Well, and once again, I don't want to answer for somebody else because I'm waiting for
Right.
them, and the only report that is a month behind, it is the treasurer's report. Everything else, I print myself, I can crank them out anytime I want. But yeah, I have to wait for Annette's revenue report because I gotta have the revenue entered so everything, you know, I can do the work. I also have to bring in the bank reconciliation, or the bank statements, and he won't even let me open those. I have to take them up there to him, and then he does all the bank reconciliations. And we have like 13 accounts that he has to do bank reconciliations on, and then he's got to do these reports, which are not easy. So yeah, that's why, you know, sometimes I don't get the bank statements till 10 days after the month is started.
But if we move the meetings back a week, is that gonna make a difference? I mean, would
I
you?
cannot make that guarantee because I can't, you know.
He still may have to take that much time to get it. You never know, you have to ask him.
It depends on the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's
I
all right
can't-
on that,
I
right?
can't answer for, you know, our treasurer.
So maybe, is that something that you can discuss with him, or is it something that the new mayor should discuss with him, or the alderman? To see whether he thinks that would help us be able to keep right up to date with it.
I mean, I can ask him what, you know, what would be, you know, reasonable to where he could say, well, I'll have him for sure on, you know, by this time of the month.
And I realize that sometimes it's like, sometimes it's this, even the second Thursday is earlier in the month than usual. It looks like some of you got this in,
That's where you can order trees,
was that
and
Arbor Day?
Yeah, I just came, I just passed them through, I didn't
Okay.
really.
that's what it is. It looks a bright color.
I got about 6 of them on my desk. I'll start. Anyone else have any other questions? Do you guys have anything else you want to discuss?
talk.